Ayo, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Welcome all to the podcast. First one. Really got no direction for this podcast. Really got no guidance for this podcast. Just decided, hey, let's make a podcast, And here I am with y'all. the couple of y'all, Yeah. The name, I don't know what it is yet, but by the time this comes out, there will be a name. That name is yet to be decided, but there will be a name. So yeah. So I'm Julian ZXZ. In the future podcast, we will have other co-hosts, possibly guests, probably just friends, and we'll just talk about random ass shit. That's what podcasts are for, right? This one, I don't know. I'll probably just introduce myself a little bit, talk about what's popping in the world right now. Some big things have happened. Some big people have died this past couple of days, even. So yeah, let's get into it. So, like I said, I'm Julian ZXZ. I am 20 years old. Turned 20 in June. From California. You know what it is? Cali. Best state, best place on earth, if you ask me. Yeah, originally from Santa Barbara, California. Grew up in Bakersfield. Cool place Bakersfield is. Gets a lot of bad rap from everybody. You got people all up California calling it the armpit of California. I'm like, what? That ain't true, dog. You gotta be there to believe it, to see it, before you make that opinion. But yeah, it's not that bad. People always say about the heat, but the heat ain't nothing, man. The heat, you get used to it after like a month in, maybe. And yeah, it's all about adjusting to your climate. When it's cold, you layer up, and when it's hot, you stay cool. You get the AC, you wear minimal clothes, and yeah. So yeah, I spent most of my life there, and I'm now back in SB, the hidden gem of California. Not many know about this place, but yeah, it's a beautiful place. Go to school here, do my thing here, work here. Yep. Alright. I'll probably get deeper in my life with the future podcast episodes. Probably with future guests, co-hosts. But yeah. Let's get into like news. The biggest one I could think of right now is Chadwick Boseman. Recently just passed away of colon cancer. A crazy thing that is, man. Chadwick, 43 years of age, gone too soon. Did incredible in the movies. All his roles, from Black Panther to Jackie Robinson in 42, The Five Bloods, Spike Lee joint. Yeah, man, this guy was amazing. It's just crazy how he kept this under wraps this whole time. I guess he was diagnosed like 4 years ago with like stage 2 or 3. He had beaten it, and then it came back, I guess, recently, and yeah. one thing that really caught my eye was that in, I guess, like a year or two ago, or just, these past 4 years, when he was going through it, at one point he was really, really frail, skinny looking. Just like, whoa, what happened, And, people online, they assumed this, they assumed that, they assumed drugs, they assumed all different outrageous things, and then this whole time it was colon cancer, and it's like, damn, if only had people known, it's like, I mean, that's why you could like never assume things and never, judge people on how they look, because you really don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and in this case we didn't, and props to his team and him for keeping it private, that's not easy to do these days. Usually everything's out and about for everyone to hear, and even I even saw a tweet earlier today saying that they were glad that he went on his own terms. Team Z or these other places didn't get to report him first, like with the Pop Smoke death and all these other deaths. The family had peace of mind. They didn't have to find out from them. They already knew. So yeah, Pop Smoke's Team Z reported first. They even had recordings of him getting pulled out on a stretcher to the ambulance, trying to save his life. Shit like that just ain't cool, and I'm really glad he was able to keep this private, and I mean, yeah, Black Panther was his you could say his biggest role. Crazy how he went out. I mean, he's getting love from all over the place. From the NBA to just like every actor to all the Marvel fans. I mean, this guy really was the perfect Black Panther. And I really hope they just kind of stop it where it's at, if they finish shooting, for the Black Panther 2 or whatever one it was coming out, yeah, hopefully it comes out, but if it didn't, it doesn't have to. I don't want to see like another Black Panther. This guy was the Black Panther, and his legacy should stay with that, and the Black Panther should stay the Black Chadwick Boseman, and hopefully they don't cast another one. Hopefully they don't. Of course, everyone's gonna want one, but I feel like out of respect for him and just how amazing he was, it would be best to not continue with it if they haven't finished the movie, or I mean just continuing it with it in the Marvel universe. Just yeah. Crazy. Yeah, rest in peace. More big news. We got all kinds. We got Bella Thorne making an OnlyFans. We got NBA's back finally after this crazy shooting with this 17-year-old and with Mr. Blake. Yeah, so let's get into this. Let's start with let's keep it serious for the moment. Talk about the NBA coming back and the Blake shooting. 7 times in his back, getting into his car with his children in the car. Yeah, that shit's unbelievable. The stuff that keeps happening. It seems like I'm seeing a new clip daily now, and honestly, it is getting really, really, really sad. I'm starting to get emotional about it. Like, I mean, I already was, but like now it's like, fuck, like I could almost shed a tear for this stuff. just because like it's happening every day, and it seems like all this stuff's happening, all these protests, but it's like shit's getting worse almost, or it's being documented more, and the more we see it, or the more I see it, it's like wow. But we can't stop now, with all these protests. If anything, we got to push harder, and I'm glad the NBA, made a big, or all the sports really made a big statement by boycotting their games this last week. NBA started with the Bucks. They came out, had a statement, then it moved on to soccer, MLS, all around the world. To stop playing the games. Something I saw really cool in the WNBA. They had white T-shirts on. I had a nice message in the front, and in the back of the shirts, was like bullet holes with blood in them. Representing him getting shot, and that was huge this week. So just we can only hope that Jacob Blake gets better. I even heard on the news that he was paralyzed from the waist down, and they still had the audacity to handcuff him to his hospital bed. I know his father came out on the news, furious about it. Like that, like I said earlier, this is unbelievable. The kind of discrimination they're getting, and like I said earlier, it seems like it's getting worse, and it's crazy. But this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is gonna, as you can see, this has been going on for a long time. As long as you guys can remember, basically. But I'm just glad now that it's getting the attention and the fight, behind it. What's the solution? I don't know. All I know is that we have a voice, and we can use that voice to express our opinions and let the world know what's going on. And just try to make change. That's all we can do right now. Protest and sign the petitions and all that. And then just try to get these, bring justice for these people. Bring these cops that are shooting people, left and right. Out of fear, really. It's really all out of fear. It just needs to stop. These white cops shooting people out of fear. It's just, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know if it's like a jealousy thing. Like F these black people. They're better than me, or I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely fear based, jealousy based. And another big thing was a 17-year-old kid with the AR-15 walking the streets of Wisconsin. At like a protest. It just looks like a busy street with protests. Everyone was protesting, and this guy, I guess an anti-protester, you could say, this kid, actually 17 years old, shot 3 people. 2 of them died. And he's been there's video footage of this guy just walking down the street, walking by police, with the AR around his shoulder, and the police didn't do anything. They let him walk free, let us do his thing, and then what happened, and it's unfortunate again. I hope he gets what he deserves, long time in prison, hopefully for life. Rest in peace to people that passed away from this guy. I know there was one of the guys. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but one of the guys in the video with the skateboard, he's been getting a lot of attention. His name's been thrown out there. It seemed like he was a really cool guy. So rest in peace to him. Yeah, and then on top of that, both of these things happening at the same time, it just shows how big of a gap there is between, like, for equality, for black people and whites. Yeah, I mean, if this is not an eye opener, then I don't know what is. Like, how many more deaths? How many more white people are gonna get away with things? How many more cops are not gonna get turned in? I know one big thing that's still popping up is Breonna Taylor's death. Her killers, the cops that killed her, are still not haven't been dealt with. And you got celebrities and NBA players, advocating for that all the time. Like, these guys need to go down, and rightfully so. Her situation was another one that's just super, super unfortunate. And another crazy thing is that this 17-year-old is a aspiring cop. So that also is like, if this kid at 17 shoot people out of nowhere like that, imagine if he were to become a cop. How many people would he kill? And how many times would he get away with it? A lot of these shooters are aspiring cops, and that shows the mentality of these cops. A lot of them, But hey, that's just the crazy world we live in nowadays. I feel like the world's the craziest it's ever been. This is probably one of the worst years as far as, like, deaths go, and, like, everything, like, from COVID to the Black Mamba dying, to all these other celebrities dying, all these athletes dying, hurricanes, earthquakes, bombs. I mean, seems like this shit just don't stop. Moving along a little here, bit. I think I'm gonna call this podcast my podcast 0. So welcome to the I'm gonna call this like the intro podcast. Just me getting my feet wet, putting one out there for the people. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get one out at least maybe once a week on a weekend. Probably upload it on Sunday. So yeah, stay tuned. Next in the world, we got Bella Thorne making an OnlyFans. And if you don't know what OnlyFans is, it's kind of like a platform where girls, women, men, trans, anyone could make a profile, and basically you have people pay to see your profile, and you get to see him maybe naked, or in bras or in thongs, some booty pics, some titty pics, all kinds of things. And Bella Thorne made one. She's a big time Disney star, young Disney star. She used to be, and just a big celebrity. One of the first, I would say, big celebrities to really make one. I know a lot of influencers have one. YouTubers have one. Have some. But yeah, this is like the first celebrity, and she has a lot of she has a cult following of men that would definitely pay. And turns out she, like, broke records. All of this had about She made about $1 million on her first day, crashed the site, and supposedly though, what she's getting backfire for is so people subscribed, and then she posted another pic within her profile that you had to purchase besides subscribing to her page, which I believe ran about $200. And I think that's where she made a lot of her money, or a lot of the $1 million in a day. But yeah, it's crazy. I think she recently came out with an apology because the picture that she posted for $200, was like was nothing. I don't think she showed anything, or nothing enticing at all. Definitely not what her fans wanted. But yeah, that's just crazy. I feel like that's the new wave for women to make money. I mean, get your bag if you need to get your bag. People are making real livings off OnlyFans, and I'm not hating at all. You got all these people, all these women, men, posting stories about just bought my new car with my OnlyFans money, just bought my new house with my OnlyFans money, just all kinds of stuff. It's definitely crazy how this came up out of nowhere, really. Whoever made OnlyFans the platform's probably banking so much off of this. I mean, there's probably millions of people subscribing and users on the platform. Just putting their stuff out there. And now, as far as refunds for these guys, women, from Bellathorn, basically finessing these guys. I don't know. I know OnlyFans has like changed their policies and stuff, limited to how much you can pay for a picture. Pretty much, I think they capped it off at like $50 or $100 instead of the $200 that Bellathorn was taxing these guys. And the backlash is also coming from other creators on the platform for kind of ruining their place where they had a spot. A lot of these people really get frustrated when celebrities try to take over and try to just get a quick bag off these platforms that are meant for like just regular people that are trying to just make some money. And I mean, it's all over like YouTube. More and more celebrities are getting on YouTube. OnlyFans now with Bellathorn, and I understand their frustration for sure, because it takes away from their ability to from their spotlight, really. And I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure OnlyFans capping it at $50 or $100 might have screwed a lot of people, because a lot of these people probably are charging that much and are actually getting that much, but for content that's probably deservable of the $200 price mark, not some I think it was like a little bit of side boob that she sewed. But yeah, that's the OnlyFans talk for now. On to the next topic. We're gonna talk about we could talk about a little bit of politics, I guess. Me myself, not a big politic guy, like at all. I know about it. I think I'm knowledgeable enough to know what's going on, but not much further than that. All I know is that the election's coming up, and this Trump guy's an idiot, and people really only like him for what he's done for the economy. That's all they can say, like, what's good about him. When you ask these Trump supporters or just even other that are not racist, if you're like not racist and you support Trump, I mean, the main reason they say is because he's helped the economy so much. But that's the thing. The economy is for him and his rich billionaire friends to just become richer, and the poor just to become poor. And that shit ain't right. You gotta feed everyone. Not just your big time friends, and the people that are supporting him too are probably also some kind of like business owners or something, or have like a huge fund of stocks, or or whatever it is, how they make money. But I don't think that outweighs the everything else that that's shitty about him. From him being just like a straight up racist to what he's done to the Mexican immigrants and other immigrants, and what he's doing in the camps down south, having just tons of people just hoarded in these little small areas, with just fucking breaking up families and having ICE on like full patrol right now. Yeah, so that's my little opinion on politics. I know Joe Biden is running with Kamala Harris, I believe now, as his vice president. And but the really sad thing is that I think he's like found a way, Trump that is, to like cheat the system really. And honestly, it's pretty frightening how I think he might win again. Like, obviously that's the last thing I want, but like looking at it logically and stuff, like, I don't know, it just looks like everything's in his favor, and like he's kind of manipulating it. I don't know if you guys heard, he's been like stopping the post office from doing this, doing that, basically manipulating the mail-in election ballots, to get, so he wins, again. And another unfortunate situation in America. But that's who Trump is. That's his mentality. He's just super inconsiderate, but like of minorities and just females, even. Like, it's like, come on, man, who these whole elections, these like the past couple elections have just been really crazy with this guy, man. He's even got Kanye West running for president. That's another guy that's had a crazy year. Definitely another crazy year for him and his mental health, music. He's a legend and everything in the music game. Outside of that, though, he's kind of lost track, I guess, of his morals and values. Him coming out as a Trump supporter, even, a few years back, was really big. Him wearing the MAGA hat, and then him running for president again, and it's even like some people even theorize that this is a way for Trump to split the votes, giving him his support for running it, at least split the votes of the the Democrats, because I'm sure a lot of young people like myself would vote him just because he's Kanye, and that's another tactic of Trump of trying to win this again. And like I said, it's really scary how how good his chances are in my eyes. But yeah, that's my little brief opinion on politics. My small opinion on politics. Like I said, I don't get too deep into it. I know I probably should. It's probably really important. Really more important than I take it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Next up, we're gonna talk about sports. Crazy things happening in sports right now. From the NBA to soccer to everything. First big thing I'd say is Messi. Messi leaving Barca. Off to who knows where at the moment. There's been lots of speculation where he might go. You got Juventus teaming up with Ronaldo. That'd be pretty crazy. Pretty sick, but I think a lot of people would be mad at that. That's like KD going to the fucking the Warriors. But you got him going to Man City in the Premier League. Back with his best coach, Pep Guardiola. I mean, there's just no telling. You got the MLS. He might say, "Hey, I'm trying to chill now, trying to take it to the MLS. Maybe join David Beckham's team." I know Beckham's team's already picked up of quite a bit of players, quite a bit of notable players that that used to be in the big names in the European leagues. So yeah, that's just crazy because this guy's been with Barca probably like obviously with his whole career since a kid. And, seeing him in another jersey, it was just like Ronaldo leaving. Or this guy especially more because he's only been with that team. Ronaldo was with Manchester United and before he went to Real. But, yeah, seeing this guy in another jersey is going to be crazy. But, I feel like he's kind of given up on his team. And I feel like that's gonna kind of ruin his legacy in a way. I know it's probably best for him, in trying to win more trophies, and World Cups. But I mean, even if you look at his international play, he's still kind of like he's just not. He doesn't have that killer mentality. I guess you could say he like chokes in the playoffs almost. As far as international goes, I mean, the teams he plays around and internationally, it's like on paper it looks amazing, but obviously the production is not there. And I think his international play and just the way he's acted, even considering retiring at one point from international play, kind of ruins his legacy too, and probably what keeps him out of the like true GOAT situation in soccer, But yeah, some other stuff. NBA's back on today, Saturday. As I'm recording this, games are already done. Lakers beat Portland to move on to the next round. LeBron went off, AD went off. Surprisingly, fucking Carmelo went off. Really cool to see that guy still just get hot, and just freaking hit everything from threes to like little stutters and hezzies, everything. But yeah, really excited. If y'all don't know, I'm a Lakers fan, so yeah, that was pretty big. Next up, probably the Utah Jazz and Donovan Mitchell and his squad. Who else lost today? The OKC lost today to the Rockets. I feel like they're like the dark horse almost, or Portland was at one point, but just like their chances of making this playoffs before the season started was like probably one of the worst in the league, and for them to get the fifth seed was pretty remarkable. Um, to see Chris Paul still be a leader and just play like Chris Paul, man. That guy's gonna go down as a Hall of Famer for sure. They got some pretty nice guys on that team. Schroeder, you got Adams. I mean, all these guys. But when Houston's hot, Houston's hot. You can't stop the beard. He's locked down. When he gets hot, he's hot. You got Russ. Russ is another guy who can just make his own shot and just freaking drive to the lane and body everyone. That's just how strong he is and how explosive he is. But yeah, I'm rooting for those guys in that. I'm rooting for OKC in that round, but we'll see what happens. If they lose the next one or not. What else? We got. I'm pretty sure the Bucks are moving on. Clippers most likely moving on, but I was also rooting for the Mavs. Cause Luka Doncic, I mean, I feel like he might be the future of the NBA, or he already is basically. But I mean, I feel like he might be that next guy that just that real superstar that's just killing everything in his path. He really has that potential. Unfortunate though, Kristaps Porzingis, I think, out for the remainder of the playoffs. Huge loss. He actually was really, really productive. The first few games kept him in it. Even could have won the first game if I know I think he fouled out the first game. But if that were not to happen, this could be a whole different story. But that's sports. That's life, really. But yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap this intro podcast up. Like I said, stay tuned for more. Hopefully once a week. We'll see how busy I get. I am a student. I am a full-time worker. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Talk about what's good in the world today and the news and sports and just crazy stuff that happens in this world. And then hopefully in the future, like I said, we'll get some guests on here, potentially a co-host. Still gotta pick a name. I guess you'll find out when this comes out, or you already will have seen it. But yeah, more to come. Stay tuned. Forgive me if this isn't the best quality. This is my first one. Definitely be here for the progress. We're gonna work up to some high quality content production. This is just the beginning. Hopefully by the time I hit 100, we'll have something real special here. But yeah, that's me signing out. Peace.